Hey everyone, it's Spurs Rail 96 here. Hope you're doing well out there. And I've had a good start to yet another week that is upon us. Welcome to another Train Sim World live stream. For today's live stream, we are heading back in time to the distant past, 1963, I believe. And the route in question is the second and for now last steam route in Train Sim World, the Peak Forest Railway, which is set in Cheshire. So let's get into the journey mode and have some fun. Perfecting the peaks. And we will do a couple of passenger services with the Jubilee locomotive. Starting with this service here, which goes from Manchester Central to London St Pancras. Obviously, we won't be starting at Manchester Central or going to London St Pancras. So. But I think it's a semi-fast express service, but it will call at a majority of stations along the route, which is excellent. Gives us a chance to have a look at the route, see how well it's aged over time. We'll put the reverser into the forward position. Before we go any further, I will turn the motion blur on to aid the stream's performance. And cylinder cocks are open. Let's unlock the doors. So here we are. We're not. This is Chinley. So you've got the equipment here for taking on water. Such a shame that you can't do any services that focus on, setting up the locomotive ready for action, be it, loading the tender up with coal or putting some water into the tank. But unfortunately, that's how it's been. Got a coach here that's just sat at this platform, but I do like this route much more than Spirit of Steam. You can tell that the scenery was stepped up a notch compared to Spirit of Steam. You've got the retro posters there, British Railways, Shadow Dancing, and the Merseyside Derby between Liverpool and Everton. Got some peeps there reading the paper. You got these lovely British Railways licensed posters like Wales for your holidays or London for the holidays. I think this here is a chalkboard. So back then in the 1960s, obviously people you wouldn't rely on passenger information screens as you would today. They were literally, the station master would get up a list of the timetable services for the morning or the afternoon, or maybe complete 24 hours, and we'll literally jot it down. Or issues as to why, this service is cancelled, or etc, etc. Cloudy but dry conditions. And this is the Jubilee that comes with the pack, called D. Robeck. So let's lock the doors. Release the brakes. Let's see if we can pull away. There we go. Off we go. That'll do. Right, full power. Now you've got a bit of motion going. There's the Fowler 4F in the sidings. We will use that later. So the first station stop is Chapelle on Le Firth station, central station in fact. We're due in, well, under a minute's time, and we're just under 1.5 miles away. Hey Andre, nice to see you, hope you're well. Exterior camera for this one, so I can actually see what's going on. Yeah, so some very steep gradients on this route, very, very steep. It certainly gets a lot more steep when you get to the area around Peak Forest itself, which is like down here. I think gradients are over 2%, so very, very steep gradients. Certainly gives these locomotives more of a challenge. But yeah, as far as Peak Forest, the DLC itself, it comes with 3 steam locomotives. 2 of them at the time were already a part of Train Symbol's back catalogue, courtesy of Spirit Steam. That is, of course, the LMS Jubilee, which does the passenger services on this route, and the 8F steam locomotive does majority of does all of the freight services. And predominantly, freight really does rule the rail traffic on this route. There's a hell of a lot more freight than passenger services, let me tell you. I think there's just 20 odd, under 30 services passenger-wise on the entire timetable, compared to freight, which I think has pretty much double that. Final approach. Get hit in the face in the process. Thankfully we got a 1.1% gradient, so I'll just slow down a little bit. If I can stick my head out of the left hand side, is that going to help? It helps a little bit, not much. A bit of power coming in a little bit too slow actually. Go, entering at just under or just over 20 miles an hour. Should be pretty good, he says. Right, we'll start roughly here. Oh, perfect. Absolutely perfect that was. What a perfect stop. Okay, so here we are at the first station stop. Chapel in Le Firth Central, or Chapelle in Le Firth Station. Once again, you got some small industry here. British Railways, is it like a postal van, is it? I don't know. It's pretty cool, you got the old historic, vehicles and so on and so forth. It gives you the impression that this route is set in the 1960s. So the route is 30 miles long, 38 miles long, sorry. And it goes from Ambergate, which is here, that's the southern terminus of the route here. And it goes to Chinley, which is where we started the service. So roughly, I'd say here. This area is completely disused. There is some stock there and a couple of locomotives, but they don't really do that much, to be honest. There's not a lot there. There's a few shunting services, but nothing major. That's where a small chunk of the freight services are started from or terminate at. And then over here is Buxton, which is where the engine sheds are located for the Jubilee locomotives. We've got 5 platforms, but the London and North Western Railway has 3 of them, I think, and you can only use these platforms here for the British Railways passenger services at the time. Wait for the brakes to release and then we can get moving. And in terms of rolling stock that comes with this route, apart from the steam locomotives, of course, you get Mark 1 coaches, which we've got here, in a few variants, TSO and BSO coaches as well, and British Rail maroon and blood and custard livery. Should have opened the cylinders actually whilst we stopped. Oh well, never mind. And you also get, for the freight, you get the new ICI hoppers, 16-ton mineral wagons, 5-plank wagons, conflat van wagons, and the standard van wagons, as well as a 20-ton brake van. The new locomotive that came with this route is the London Midland Scottish Railways Fowler 4F steam locomotive in British Railways late black livery. I mean, in the 1960s it was in a transitional period really for steam, because it was phasing out and diesel was starting to become a more dominant force on the British rail network. But it's nice that Peak Forest is very different to Spirit Steam. Spirit Steam is a very fast route, really, and majority of it is passenger focused. Sadly, because of the potential that has, Spirit Steam in particular for freight and shunting is a Pandora's box. But unfortunately, Dovetail never went to town with with the shunting services in particular, because the yards on Spirit Steam are just massive in some of the areas, particularly near, you know, Edge Hill in Liverpool. Crewe as well had a pretty big yard, if I remember correctly. I mean, they had bigger yards than the yards on this route by a very long way. But the thing about this route is it's a hell of a lot more challenging. It's more rural, a lot of different undulations, so it is, like I said earlier, more of a challenge for these steam machines to be put to the test. And yeah, you get way more freight services and a hell of a lot more shunting than you got on Spirit Steam, no doubt about that. About to actually go via Peak Forest, which just over 2 miles away, and the longest tunnel on the route. Does the tunnel have a name? No, it doesn't. But yeah, at full price, what is this, £30 in the UK, I believe, and what's that, $40 in the United States, so I do think it's a bit of a stretch. Maybe it might be worthy of that price when the British Rail Class 104 diesel multiple unit and this Peak Forest expansion pack comes along, you know, expanded timetable, and I think a new wagon as well coming, so that's going to definitely give the Fowler 4F in particular a big boost, because I think the Fowler 4F could definitely do some of the local passenger services, and more stopping services are required, I think, for the Fowler 4F, and not just, you know, doing shunting and things like that, but some freight runs as well. I think will be a nice thing to see. I think what we really need is a tank engine, but yeah, the moment Dovetail put the axe on steam, the chances of seeing a steam locomotive again, or even a tank engine, are very, very slim. I mean, you would need, my God, you need to completely rebuild the timetable, not only for this, but for Spirit Steam in particular. Speed limit of 80 miles per hour coming up. And we're finally out of the tunnel. I've come charging through Peak Forest. Go, passing through Peak Forest now. And through we go. Turn the power off for a minute, let the train coast. So this is Peak Forest, the name of the route in question. This is where a majority of the shunting for the File of 4F takes place a little bit further down there, down at the quarry, the Tunstead quarry. I think it loads limestone, if I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong on that front, but you can see you got some of the different wagons here and the vans. I think most of them have come from Spirit of Steam. I'm about to come past the quarry now. It's either coal or limestone, I can't remember. So yeah, those are new assets that Dovetail builds specifically for the quarry. Whoop. No, the tunnel's big enough to fit the external camera. Those are the hoppers, new ones over there. We'll be loading them up later. We've got a speed limit of 60 coming up. So let's put on the brakes. The grade will ease as we get closer to Millersdale. mph. There it is. Got 50 miles per hour coming up. I'm starting to think twice actually. Is Millersdale on that very steep gradient? I can't remember. It's been so long since I've streamed this route or been on any steep route. Hey Saitokin, hope you're well. I'm very well, thank you. Glad you're well. Well, hope you are well. Warm glow of the fire. There's no fireman or firewoman. That's sadly gone for some reason. It's always been like that really since Spirit of Steam came out, I think. A fireman or woman just not appearing at all. Okay, let's put the camera back to the position I like, as we are on the approach to Millersdale. the grade has started to ease. I thought it did. Oh, another perfect stop. Well, maybe I could have gone a little bit more forward, but it's good enough for me. Okay, welcome to Millersdale. Interesting little foot crossing. Let's get from the entrance of the station to the other platforms. Got the passengers arriving in their hundreds, ready to go home. But I really do like this route. The scenery is a step up from Spirit Steam. There's no question about it. Not just the infrastructure of the stations and and the railway infrastructure itself, but the surrounding scenery as well. You know, a fair bit of foliage and around this route, which I welcome. Water's a bit murky. Passengers are you going to board the train, or are they just going to go and wait at the other end of the platform? Oh no, in fact they're not going on the train at all. They're all going to the other platform. Maybe. Yeah, they are. I'll see a train coming soon, maybe. On platform 3 or 2. There's another one of those posters. Scotland for your holidays with the famous mallard. Wouldn't it be cool to have that in the game? Sadly, no longer in Steam. It is now just a museum piece. Just wait for the brakes to release. There we go. The next station stop is Bakewell. Of course, where the Bakewell tart was made, or invented, or created, however you want to say it. That is just under 6 miles away. Bakewell is a fair while away, and we've got another steep gradient, so we'll be able to get up to line speed fairly quickly. I'll have to check how many stations this has. I don't think there's as many as on Spirit Steam. I might be wrong there, actually. Don't know. It's an interesting question. What's pretty cool as well is that you can use these steam locomotives on the West Somerset Railway Steam Gala. Now we're really picking up some speed. I have to check how many stations does Spirit Steam have. There's 18 stations Peak Forest has. Sorry, not Peak Forest, Spirit Steam. I thought the speed limit was 80 miles per hour. Maybe not. So 18 stations on Spirit Steam. On Peak Forest you get stations, I think. There's a fair few disused ones as well. They are Hassop, Great Longstone, Monsaldale, and Buxworth. We've just passed a station there. What one is that? Is that Matlock, is it? Oh, no, that's Monsaldale. That is one of the disused stations. Put out that camera too soon. That's a nice picture here. Nice little scene here. Rolling hills, little river. It's not a bad looking route by Dovetail standards. It is a damn sight better than Spirit Steam. Spirit Steam felt rushed. This for once did not. So I really can't wait for that Spirit Steam expansion pack. Just make the route feel even more alive and, well, better in my opinion. But of course we'll wait and see whenever that happens. It's been a while, very long time. I think it was announced like in Train Sim World 4 or towards the back end of it, but we haven't heard much since. We're just over 2 miles away from Bakewell. Passing another disused station. That one was a Great Longstone. Gone a bit more brake. There's another disused station we just funded through, I think. Yeah, that was Hassock. That's a disused station. It's quite cool that you can, you know, go through Hassock in 1963, and then, you know, you can hop on the Glossop line and do a modern day service at it. Okay, approaching Bakewell. Oh, perfect. Getting these stops bang on today. This is a nice little station, surrounded by a lot of vegetation. Oh, even got a little double-decker bus, look. Got some old cars trundling around the roads. Don't ask me what models, I've no idea. This is a nice little station. Got a few sidings here as well. I wonder what these would have been for. These might have been for the farm animals, I imagine. Ready to take them to market, maybe? Ready to board the train? Nope. Thankfully there are a few on board, which is good. Is this first class? I can't remember. Don't know. I don't think all of them are first class. Oh no, these are first class, sorry. So the rear coaches are standard and the first two are first class. It's a nice little picture. I'll take a picture of that actually. Alright, let's get ready to rock and roll. Off we go. What's the next station stop? Matlock. So we will be going via a couple of stations, Roseley and Darley Dale. I wonder if the fields have the dreaded 2D flat grass texture that I despise. Let's have a look. Are they flat grass textures? Yeah, they are. I'll forgive Dovetail for that one. Because I think the others are not. The majority of the fields aren't covered in that flat 2D grass texture. I'm on a slight uphill gradient now. It was. Going downhill straight away. Sadly, none of the signal boxes are accessible, which is a bit of a shame, because there's quite a few signal boxes on this route. We've got a tunnel. Have a sip of water, I think, and then crack open a Kit Kat. Out into daylight. Usually on streams when driving a steam locomotive, I always tend to use this kind of camera angle so I can get more of a view of, well, the route itself. Speed limits coming up to 80 miles per hour. I don't know if that applies to us or not. There's a few cars on the road there on the right. What's happening there? Camera's decided to have a mind of its own. Speed limit's coming down to 45. I was about to charge through Roseley or Rossley. I think Roseley. Oh no, running the camera went. Maybe you could speed the camera up a bit more. It's really annoying. Used to do that. Used to do that, unfortunately not. Shed. There's some local goods. Big water tower. At least the remains of one. Not sure what this is though. No idea. Back here, what have we got back here? Oh, a few buses there, and yeah, some more sidings for the freight. The game just kept itself together. There's a yard there, that's Roseley Yard. That's where you can do some 8F shunting services, quite simple ones really. I think if I recall, the last time I did a stream on this, I didn't actually do any of the Tunstead Quarry loading and shunting, so that will be fun to do. So I've never done that before. Right, let's increase the speed a bit more. once we've done this passenger service, we will do a local stopping service from Buxton to, I think it's Peak Forest or Chinley, it's one of those two. And then we'll go for a spin in the 4F. Hey Mark Moss, hope you're well. See if these crossing gates work. It's the first one I've encountered. Yes, they do indeed work. Excellent. That's good to see. How to go via Darley-Dale at full chat. Okay, Matlock is just under 2 miles away. Could you imagine the sound of a steam locomotive in the cab at 70, 80 miles an hour? It must make your ears bleed. My headphones are taking a pounding. Near a little buzz in the headset. It's so loud. I've even turned it down. I mean, it's beyond halfway actually. Oh, we need a brake quickly up. We're approaching Matlock. Oh, another passenger service. How nice to see. Where is it? Is it passenger? Yes, it is. I will move up a little bit more. As one train arrives, another one departs. I'll just move up a tad. There we go. Welcome to Matlock. Here's the sidings for loading up the local goods, whatever the goods may be. Yeah, pretty big industry here. Can't forget the quarry, of course. I think it's a quarry. Is it a quarry? Matlock Down sidings. Doesn't say what the industry is, but I can imagine it might be coal. Maybe coal? Maybe. Got the crane there, you got the lorries waiting to be loaded up, and I presume, yeah, coal is it coal? Gotta be coal, right? We've even got a little coal chute there, look. For a very small vehicle. It's definitely not a steam locomotive. But when Peak Forest actually came out, all the passenger services terminated at Matlock. You couldn't continue the passenger service down to Ambergate some stupid reason. Dovetail eventually extended those passenger services to Ambergate, because other than that, well, you wouldn't see anything at Ambergate, just freight services, no passenger services at all, which is a bit bizarre. Okay. And that's the end of that particular service. We stopped at Chapel in the First Central, Peak Forest, Millersdale, Bakewell, Roseley, Darleydale, and stopped and terminated at Matlock. Now the AI will take over this train. I thought Dovetail, did Dovetail fix it? I thought they did, didn't they? Maybe they didn't fix it. I swear they did extend the services. Interesting that. I know some go to Ambergate. I presume that service would have been one of them. Unless it literally goes off the map. And I don't know about that. I do want to check that now. Let's just pick the Jubilee for a second. Semi-fast service. What was the one we did? 1620, right? What was it? Something like that, wasn't it? Okay, that one was actually to Matlock. Fair enough. That one's from Derby, Midland to Buxton. I presume that is the full length of the route. I'm not sure now. I don't quite know. Let me just type in Buxton a minute. Buxton. Okay, you didn't get that many, right? Okay, fair enough. That's from Derby. That must be. Surely that can't be the only one that goes from Ambergate to Derby Midland. Maybe. I don't know now. Interesting that. Let me just check the rest of the timetable. Buxton, Manchester Central. That one's over an hour. Where does that go to? Let's just have a little look at the map. Does that go all the way down to Ambergate? That one does. So some do and some don't. Okay. Let's just check this one. Does that go to Ambergate? Yes, it does. Oh, that's a bit annoying. I should have done that service in the timetable. Oh well, never mind. Yeah, well, maybe there might be another one. Negative. Okay. Oh well, we'll do the local service. From Buxton, Midland to Manchester Central. In the pouring rain. Right, I'll get open my Kit Kat, I think. If you've enjoyed the stream so far and you like what you've seen or heard, then I'd appreciate it if you would consider hitting the thumbs up button below. And if you are watching for the first time, be it live or on playback, then I'd really appreciate it if you would consider subscribing to the channel. Well, this one's in the early morning. Oh, lovely. Okay. Oh, it's starting to snow. I thought it was going to rain. Snow is in the air, people. It's a snowy, frosty morning. That's Buxton. So this is Buxton. Love this station. Arguably it's my favourite on the route. I just love the lighting here at night. Not like a lot happens here at night, but you can see there's the old school British Rail style route poster. So the stations we missed are, you know, Matlock Bath, Cromford, Watson Well, and Ambergate, and when you've got services going to Chester, Chesterfield, sorry, Firebridge, and Derby, and then up here, you've got services that can go. It's a shame we could have had some more services going to the likes of Sheffield, not just Manchester. So there's definitely room, there's definitely scope for more passenger services. There's no doubt about that. It's going to be difficult because I can't see out the front because there's no windscreen wipers obviously on these steam locomotives. So I'm going to have to use the external camera. And already the ground is getting covered in snow. This is going to be fun. I think there's a specific chapter in the journey mode that's dedicated to the Big Freeze of 1963. Which is quite a cool thing, actually. I think there's like a scenario in the snow and some services set in wintry conditions. I wasn't expecting this one to be in the snow though. Let's release the brakes. And over here you've got there's a Fowler 4F. It literally just sits there and does nothing, which is such a shame. You could do with some, I mean, in these little industries here, like, would be nice if we can have some services focusing on that for a little bit in the individual smaller industries dotted around this route instead of just the big ones like the quarries and so on and so forth. Got some coaches here that's just sitting in the sidings. These are London and North Western Railway platforms that are no longer in use for some reason. And then in the far, far distance, we will get there. For some reason my camera won't let me go near it. The camera won't let me go there for some reason, but over there is where the engine sheds are for the Jubilee. Why won't it let me go any further? Oh, I see, that's why. Oh no, it won't let me go any further at all. And we're moving without me even realising. We're locking up already. You can see the warm glow of the fire. Oh my god, I'm all over the place here. I do apologise. Let's sort that out a bit. Whoop, we're locking up. So we got to stop at Peak Forest, shuffle in the first central, and then terminate at Chinley. Yeah, okay. So these are very steep gradients. especially in these conditions, is going to be very tricky indeed. But lovely sky, I must say. Mostly cloudy, but nice colour, I suppose. Don't really need to accelerate, we're chugging along quite nicely. Well, I say that, and now we've got to start accelerating. Whoa, we're locking up again. Jeez. Maybe it's best we leave the throttle off. Leave the regulator in the closed position. We'll let the gradient get us up to speed. So Peak Forest is just over 2.5 miles away. Well, we got our AI fireman, or firewoman this time. We didn't have her before. We had no one. Weirdly, none of the local passenger services actually go from Chinley to Buxton. Instead, it's always Buxton to Chinley. And I think the reason why is that there is no turntable, which you would think that would be a thing at Buxton, or either Dovetail forgot to put one there. Unless there is a turntable, there's just no services that... let's just turn the labels off for a second. So yeah, this is the engine shed here. See the thing there, Buxton Sheds, and you got where the coaches are also kept. But yeah, no turntable. I am surprised. Might have to do some research into Buxton Midland Station, see if I can find some very old pictures and see if there is a turntable back in the 1960s. Might have been ripped up, gone, because you know, diesel was starting to take over then. So there was no need for a turntable, because obviously most diesel multiple units and locomotives are two cabs either end, whereas with a steam locomotive you just get one. Lovely winter scene here. There's a sewer. Not a bad sight, not a bad sight. Sometimes snow in Train Sim World does not look great, but when you set the weather conditions and the lighting just right and the time of day, it can look acceptable. Not brilliant, but acceptable. There's another local industry that weirdly has no name, so I don't know what that's for. At Ashwood Dale. Once we've done this service, we'll hop into the Fowler 4F and do some quarry shunting and loading up the hoppers. I can't remember if those wagons are for either coal or limestone, I think. I'm not too sure. We'll have to check that. Let's have a look. Yeah, it is indeed limestone. Okay, I thought it was. Oh, we need to seriously get on the brakes. We should be losing speed. Why are we gaining speed? Oh, that's why. Stupid me. I've got the wrong type of brakes. At a speed of 10 miles per hour. We actually have a red signal coming up. Imagine we have to wait for another passenger service or a freight service to come by so we can join the main line. Is there any services due at Peak Forest? Let's have a look. Apart from us, of course. There's us, and then I don't think there's any during the morning. Whoa, we're locking up. I can hear it. I couldn't see it. But I know we're locking up, that's for sure. Oh, no you don't. Come on. Ah. No. Let's put on a bit of brakes here. We're going uphill, downhill. Whoa. Easy, Tiger. Oh, I'm not even happy at 3%. Jeez. Come on. What's going on? Come on, train. There's at maximum. Might need a bit of the sander. Give me a bit of a leg up. Where is it, in fact? Put the sander on at the front. Oh my god. Come on, train. That's it. Use the reverser. Set it to the mid-20s. Maintain pressure in the boiler. There we go. We're finally up and running. There we go. Back underway. That was a struggle. That just goes to show you that even at, you know, pulling how many coaches? 4 coaches on a nearly 1.5% gradient. In these wintry conditions, it can be a serious challenge. It takes a bit of practice, but you get to, the more you practice, the more you can master it. The gradient's very slowly starting to ease, so we should be okay. We're going to be very, very late, but oh well. There we go, I think we're out of the woods. through the tunnel. There we go, now we can apply full power. Start to climb this grade. I haven't done any of the Peak Forest scenarios, but they actually look quite intriguing for a change. I don't normally do scenarios, but might have to do one. Alex Endgame, hey, how are you? Hey, Ben Davis as well. Hope you're well. Hi Spurs, really love the immersion on the Steam engines. Too bad Dovetail stopped their production so soon. Yeah, it is such a shame. There is potential for Steam. There's no doubt about it. Sadly, Dovetail just gave up. I mean, I don't know why, whether it's down to poor sales or, you know, the fact that the physics weren't quite up to scratch, or maybe it was just too complex to, you know, even for them to get their heads around. Because when Spirit of Steam launched, obviously, you know, lots of people were excited for it, you know, really happy to have finally Steam in the game, and then, and sadly, when Train Sim World 3 came along, I think the Steam route, Spirit of Steam particularly, got in such a terrible state, you know, particularly with the physics of the Jubilee and the 8F, it was in such a terrible state. I think Dovetail just backed away from Steam because, you know, it's easier to produce electric multiple units, electric locomotives, diesel multiple units, diesel locomotives, rather than Steam. Steam is a complex beast. But the thing I like about the Steam is that it was challenging, particularly on Peak Forest. And yeah, Spirit of Steam was a bit of a dud. I mean, it's not really the Spirit of Steam, is it? The route was very poor scenery-wise, in my opinion. And the timetable, particularly from the freight perspective, was also incredibly poor. Because the yards were massive around Edge Hill, the Liverpool area, and Crewe as well. Huge yards, absolute massive yards. I'm struggling to see out of the cab. And there was just no shunting, hardly any shunting. I think there was one service, and it wasn't even focused on freight. It was arranging some coaches ready for a passenger service, which was really, really poor. Arguably, what that route needs is to have a tank engine added to it, and that would reinvigorate Spirit of Steam in a way, you know. And thankfully Peak Forest came along and is a great route. I mean, it's miles better than Spirit of Steam. The inclusion of, you know, the Jubilee and the 8F and the Fowler 4F as well, which is arguably the headline act of this route, which I haven't even got in and had a go on yet. But unfortunately it just resulted in too many low sales. The appetite for Steam was just no longer there, it seems, by that point. I think because Steam was done in such a bad way from a physics perspective, from Spirit of Steam's route performance and the timetable and scenery, I imagine it just turned a lot of people off. Where's my camera over there? Are we wheel spinning? Yep, we're wheel spinning. Oh my god. We're wheel spinning. We're struggling. Oh my god. Whoa, no. Doesn't like that. Wait. Even at 18 miles an hour, 20 miles an hour, we're wheel spinning. We're wheel slipping on the icy rails. We will get there. Big forest, so near yet so far. Let's see if we can catch it, get ahead of it. Passengers must be wondering, where is our train? We're freezing cold here. Even got their umbrellas up. Don't know why. Wear a hat and gloves and scarf, my friends. Oh, perfect. I'll take that. 100%. Here we are at Peak Forest. What is this locomotive's name? That name there. Alex, so hungry. Well, we'll see. I mean, this route is nearly, what, 2 years old. Wow. Amazing how time flies by. I mean, I think having another steam route, I think, is at the moment very unlikely. If Dovetail can't even master steam physics, then who can is the question. Maybe just trains, but I can't see that happening. With his focus on the British Rail era, kind of, diesel electric and, that kind of stuff. Maybe a loco add-on, maybe. I don't think a route, but a loco add-on could be the potential. But with the Peak Forest expansion pack being produced, albeit with not a steam locomotive, but with a diesel multiple unit, the Class 104, but with the promise that the Peak Forest expansion pack will have a new type of hopper, so that means more freight services for the steam locomotives. I imagine an expansion on passenger services as well, because there's a lot of potential there with the passenger side of things. More services, not just for the Jubilee, but for the Fowler 8F in particular, 4F in particular. That'll be cool. Boy, we have at least the brakes, haven't we? Let's put the reverser in full forward position. Come on, train. You can do it. This is the problem with these physics. He can't decide what he wants to do. Come on, train. I've even got the sander on full at the front. Come on. I have brakes are sanders on at the front, yeah. We need to let some air into the cylinders. Let's try that. Surely that must do something. Thought there was a freight service coming. Come on, train. She don't want to move at the moment. The brakes are fully released as well. So why aren't we moving then? If anything, we will be going backwards. How bizarre is that? I'll stick the brakes on full. Maybe she needs to start shoveling the coal a bit more. Or maybe not, she's stopped. She's had enough. Oh, let's at least open the large ejector. Get some air. Release those brakes properly. Oh, we're moving now. Come on, train, don't roll backwards. There we go. Reverse 25%. There we go. We're on the move. Good grief, this is a challenge. More of a challenge than I thought. Just a simple local passenger service. Ah, wheel spinning again. Oh. Game's playing up. Yeah. Thank you. The next stop is Chapelle in Le Firth Central. Oh, finally a downhill gradient. Now we can. Well, we're 7 minutes late, so. Oh well. No, Alex challenging still don't have this DLC. I'd recommend getting it on discount, especially when the Peak Forest expansion pack eventually comes to Train Sim World. It'll breathe new life into this route. Because scenery-wise, it is in a different league compared to Spirit of Steam. Into the tunnel. I mean, this locomotive I'm operating now, the Jubilee and the 8F, which does a big chunk of the freight services, they came as part of Spirit of Steam. So I suppose in some ways it is nice to have a bit of familiarity when it comes to operating the freight locomotives. Oh my god, we're going way too fast. But I love the little Fowler 4F. It's my favourite steam locomotive in the game. Well, there's only four you could pick. The Flying Scotsman, the Jubilee, the 8F and the little Fowler 4F. Alex, TSG could bring one. He's coming from Germany. Yeah, I think a steam route in another country would be quite cool. German steam route would be quite interesting actually. Or even better, a US. Imagine having the Wasatch Grade and the the Challengers and big boy steam locomotives. I mean, that would just look incredible in Train Sim World. come out of the tunnel. And we're just over 1 mile away from Chapelle and Le Firth station. Speed limit is increased to 80. We won't be reaching anywhere near that speed. Hit our faces against the bridge there. Apologies for that. And we've got to duck and dive again. And then come out. I mean, there's not as many services on Peak Forest compared to Spirit of Steam. Nowhere near. I think passenger-wise, it's under 30 services. Freight really does rule the rail scene on this route. Think of it like Rossignol, but in the British form and steam form, and way old as well. Quite ironic that doing this service in wintry conditions, considering that I think the cold weather is actually meant to return to the UK. I think tomorrow or Wednesday, coming from the north. An area of low pressure. Yeah, stuck. Need to see one going. But it's such a shame that, you know, like I said earlier, you can't, you know, do services that focus on the preparation of the locomotives, like, you know, filling the tender up with coal or filling the tank with water, you know, those kind of things. I mean, the facilities are there, I mean, and you can, in theory, you can do it, but it's not implemented into the timetable. I mean, I think they even have tutorials that focus specifically on those type of duties, so really strange why there isn't any kind of those, you know, fueling the locomotive almost, you know, kind of services, not just on Peak Forest but Spirit of Steam as well. I mean, I can show you even. We're running late, so it doesn't matter. So we'll climb down and operate the water. No, what would I have to do? Yeah, extend the arm, and then you turn on the valve, and then water will come out. Obviously, it's not in the tender tank, so water ain't coming out, and they'll probably freeze. Water will just come out as ice. Stuck in the nozzle because it's so cold. I mean, such a shame that the Steam was given the chop by Dovetail, because for all the criticisms of Steam, you can't question the model of these locomotives. They are just simply brilliant, brilliantly made across the board. Very well modelled. And the sounds as well. I mean, the whistle is probably some of the best whistles I've heard in the game. You know, it's smooth, it's no loops, it's loud, it's really good. I mean, I remember when they went on a dedicated recording trip, didn't they? And they made a video about it, recording the sounds of a steam locomotive. Right, off we go. The next and final stop is Chinley, 1.5 miles away. I need a new controller. I think my controller's on its way out big time. I think it's suffering from a thing called stick drift. I mean, I've had it since I got the PlayStation 5 in 2021, so I'm surprised it's lasted this long, actually, about these issues cropping up, but it seems to be becoming a bit of a regular thing, unfortunately, recently, for me. Right, let's increase the speed. Ben Davis, wish more UK Steam train or new game want to make the same type of game. So you mean, Ben Davis, you want to see more, well, just Steam, more British Steam routes and locomotives based in the modern day era, so the heritage railways. We are going way too fast. Don't derail. Jesus, I wasn't expecting that. That almost ended in disaster. I was too busy looking at the live chat. Better get back in the cab. Alex, yeah, that's alright, Mallard, yeah. Yeah, it'd be fantastic if we could have Mallard. The problem is, Mallard has not been in Steam for decades at this point. Decades, it's literally just, sadly, I mean, it's wonderful, it's at the National Railway Museum in York. You can, you know, if you ever had a chance to come to the UK, the National Railway Museum in York is the place to go if you're into Steam. British Steam in particular. But the problem is, Mallard has been out of Steam for many decades, and it will cost an awful lot of money to get it. I imagine it'll have to be completely overhauled in order to put back into service, or in a condition to be, well, movable under its own power. So that's a problem, but yeah, it'd be nice to see Mallard brought to life in Train Sim World. Problem is, where would you get the sounds and the performance characteristics from? Because I think the last time Mallard was in active Steam and conducting services on the main line, be it heritage tours or, you know, in its glory years, I think, good grief, I don't know, it might have been in the 70s, 80s, 90s maybe, I don't know. We're a long way from where we are meant to stop. Yeah, signals here, okay. Park the camera here, I think. Finally we made it. Over 10 minutes late, but we made it to Chinley. That's good enough for me. In the freezing cold, but we did it. Time to let some air out of the cylinders, I think. And there we go. That took me just over 40 minutes. It would have taken me considerably less. But had a few problems with the icy rails and the weather conditions. That was good fun, actually. That was quite a nice challenge. So yeah, we went from Buxton to Chinley, stopping at Peak Forest and Chapelle and Lefeuvre Central. Let's return to the main menu and start some shunting duties with the Fowler 4F. Agreed, Alex. Yeah, really does bring the immersion kind of down, really. Alex, let's do this video. I don't know. A career mode. Oh, I don't know about a career mode. I don't think Dovetail. Have they ever done like a career mode thing? Maybe in Train Sim Classic years ago, but yeah, I don't know about a career mode. Crikey. Maybe. But then again, you just start out at the training centre, wouldn't you? Do your training, and then that's it. And then you just hop on any route you do, really. That you want to do, you know? Right, let's go to rail. Ooh, maybe not. Peak Forest. Perfecting the peaks. Where's the 4F? That's the one. The School of, what was that, Hard Rocks? School of Rock, yeah. Tunstead Quarry shunting. Load for hoppers with limestone at Tunstead Quarry. It depends what time of day this is set at. Better not be in the middle of the night. And there is this, like this game, but new game just to do Steam. Well, good luck with that. I don't think you'll be seeing that anytime soon. Alex, any loco, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of Steam content, arguably, on Train Sim Classic compared to Train Sim World. Not just from Dovetail itself, but from other third-party developers, like Smokebox. What was it, Caledonian? Is it Caledonian Rail? I can't remember what it is, but there's lots of Steam content on Train Sim Classic. Some better than others, of course. I mean, Dovetail made a few, didn't they? They made, I think, what was it, a Riviera line in the 1950s in the southwest of England, and what was the other one? I think there was one in Scotland, wasn't it? The Black 5. I can't remember what that one was. Right, here we are, in a very completely different type of locomotive. Okay, what have we got to do? Let's take a look at the sidings here. That one's fine. I think they're all good. We need to move forward, not the other way. Let's move forward. That might be a wise thing to do. Such a cute little locomotive, but I think it's the best of the lot. It's not your typical mainline steam locomotive. No, we're going the wrong way. Oh God. I think we was meant to be going backwards. Oh, Jesus. Oopsie daisy. That's me getting the sack from British Railways. You can tell this was in the 1960s because the overhead line wires stick up. And you can see the internals at work, which is really what I like about this locomotive. That's the best bit. This was built by London Midland Scottish Railway, 1927, at Derby Works. What is going on with this camera today? Right, where are we meant to be going? We're stopping here, aren't we? Passenger service going by, I think, or freight service. There's indeed another freight service. Oh no, it's not actually. It was an 8F that's decided to go on a little wander, probably in preparation for the service we're about to make up, or load up for hoppers at least. No, not quite close enough. Release the brakes. I imagine we have to couple up to the brake van that's in the siding next to us. Yes, we do. God, what is up with this controller today? Yeah. I'll make it easy for myself. This controller's playing up like the clappers. Where is it? Hidden gameplay, is it? Track monitor. No. Is it in player assist mode? Automatic coupling, set automatic, set manual junctions? I presume so. Expert mode, expert locomotives only. Okay. Now we set reverse to forwards. There we go. Whoa, nearly derailed it then. Whoopsie daisy. Oh god. There we go. Open up the cylinders a bit. Okay. Going to the Peak Forest upsiding. Okay. Let's get the camera in a decent position. hit in the face by the signal. I will take a look at the live chat in a minute. Just need to focus here for a second. Just in case you have to stop at a red signal. Nope. Now we need to couple up to the 13 limestone hoppers. And then we're going to proceed with the banking duties. We help this heavy limestone train up the very steep gradient, departing Peak Forest. Brake. That's better. Much better this time. There we go. Is it? Are they empty? Oh, they are empty. Oh, sorry. Apologies there. They looked like they were full from a distance. Uncouples 7 vehicles. Oh, I'm in the wrong camera position for starters. So chat. The latest release, you don't need training. You don't need the training center basically. Yeah, that's true. But if you are new to the series, of course, it plays a pivotal role. It would be cool if we could have some actual, maybe like videos or something, like little visual tutorials on how the signaling works. Because you get like tutorials on how the signals work on Peak Forest and Spirit of Steam, but you don't get that tutorial with Austrian signals or German signals or French signaling and safety systems. I think you do get some tutorials that go over some principles of safety systems, like PZB and LZB, and what was the other one? Not PZB. What is it? AFB. That's it. So what have we got to do? Uncouple 7. 7 wagons from here, I suppose. So what have we got? 4, 6. I'm going to guess here. It's probably wrong. Nope. Let's try this one. Let's count again. Here, maybe? There we go. Okay. Right, now you got to go into the rear camera. I don't need to use the throttle, because I'll let the gradient do that for me in terms of acceleration. Modelling is the best quality improved, 10 out of 10. Oh yeah, absolutely. Modelling the rolling stock and locomotives, multiple units, hands down, the modelling is 10 out of 10. Yeah. I mean, it took me a long time to learn PZB and how that worked. Thankfully, there's a few little elements on the hub which can guide you on how to use the PZB. I mean, it's not a full-blown in-depth tutorial, far from it, and I think you get some like little explanations on the pause menu, you know, how PZB works and all that kind of stuff, but it's not really good in text form. It needs to be shown in a visual way. So I managed to get up to speed with PZB. Austrian signals and safety systems, no idea. Thank God we are going the right way. Okay, so we're going to Great Rocks down siding. That's a cool name for a siding. Great Rocks. A good name for a concert. Alex, a couple of years back I want to learn the United Kingdom AWS. Seems a simple one. Can you explain a little? Oh God. AWS is Christ, how am I going to explain it? Can't really explain it off the top of my head. That's UK signalling. Not in safety systems. Yes, a DRA driver and minus appliance. That's basically putting it on or off before the start of each passenger service or freight service. A driver vigilance device basically goes off every 30 to 60 seconds to make sure that the driver is, alert and awake and not dead at the wheel, basically, or dead in the seat. AWS, automatic warning system. That's basically if the driver has observed a non-green signal or a larger reduction in speed. And you've got TPWS, which is a more advanced layer over and above AWS. And there's German, US, UK headlight and operations practices, German, US operations and practices concerning the headlights, and there's advanced driving techniques. Again, it would be nice if we had like little videos, like you get on the F1 games, you have the text as well as a little video below. But hey-oh. I'm going way too fast. Oh, there's a turntable. So where's the actual loader for the limestone? Presume it's over there somewhere. I have never done this before, so this is very new to me. Despite I've had this route for nearly 2 years. I've hardly touched this route, to be fair. Mainly because the steam physics are so bad, but I suppose over time the more you play it, the more you get used to it. Okay, we have to go via the Tunstead loader. Now, unlike what you have in the US, where you have like a, you can have a slow speed control system, like where you set the speed, I think it's like 1 to 2 miles per hour when loading coal. Obviously with steam locomotives you don't have like a little cruise control or speed control system at a very low speed. So you manually have to control the speed. So I take it we have to take these hoppers, load them, and then do we go and load up the other ones, or does another Fowler 4F that, or does another Fowler 4F do that? I don't know. Maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't. Yeah, here's the quarry over here. These tracks over here, what are they? Oh, a narrow gauge. Oh, no, they're not. Are they narrow gauge? No, standard gauge. Ooh, okay. Yeah, here's the quarry. The biggest facility on this route by a long, long way. Tunstead Quarry. And you got the, is that the main line there? It is, yeah, going through the tunnel. You got some loaders up there actually. Surely we're not going to be going up there, are we? Or is that for the vehicles? Yeah, okay, it's not for the rail vehicles. Well, we're getting actually quite a bit of speed here. Need to focus. So maybe we're not using that loader. Maybe another one down here. We definitely need to slow down. Why do we have to do it going backwards? Why can't we do it going forwards? It's so much easier. Because obviously we'd have a steep uphill gradient. Just wait for the brakes to release. There we go, we're moving. Boy, this is going to be a challenge. Doing it downhill. I don't think I've ever loaded any hoppers on this game, or wagons going downhill, especially on a 1.1% steep gradient. Jeez. Alex, are there speeds that you have to reach before a magnet, like in Germany, after a yellow signal, for example? Yellow signal, I saw it, yeah. I think it's under 75 or 85 kilometers per hour. It depends, it varies from freight to passenger. Oh, great, here we go. Right, now I've really got to pay attention. So, right, we got to load up these wagons. That's one hopper loaded up. Oh, there's multiple chutes. Okay. Just trying to keep it under speed, basically. But yeah, I think it's under... I think it's 75 or 85 kilometers per hour. I'm not really sure, to be honest with you. Off the top of my head, well, I think it's roughly that speed. And when the 40 lamp flashes in the cab of a locomotive, that means you have to maintain a speed under 45 kilometers per hour. Which is like when approaching a yellow, I think? No, red signal, I should say. There's another one. Oh, that one's filled up a little bit more. Okay, Alex, no problem. Yeah, thank you for your company. Appreciate it, and I'll see you next time. I will be live next Monday. I've just noticed there's no animation of actual limestone coming out of the chute into the hopper. That's very annoying. Yeah, it doesn't load up at all. Well, that's annoying. It doesn't come out, does it? No. Right, let's follow the rest of this train. Hey, this hasn't been fully loaded. This one needs to be loaded fully. Unless they're not yeah, they are chutes, right? Or they lights? Yeah. I have to go back and load that one again. Yeah, that one's not fully loaded. I'll have to go and fill that one again. Well, this is going to be a challenge. I've said that millions of times. This will need an almighty push from the fowler. Let's put the reverse it fully forward. I can hear it. It's there we go, just doing it. This is the wagon I want. Oh, this is the one I want fully loaded. Why isn't this one fully loading? Where's the limestone? Must be further forward maybe, I don't know. Oh, locked up. So get back in the cab. And the brakes are releasing, that's why. Come on, little engine, you can do it. Come on, you can do it. That's it. Damn, it's not fully loaded. Oh. Oh well, leave it, forget it. It doesn't say what minimum speed I have to be at to load these hoppers. That's the annoying thing. Nope, don't want to load up, does it? Okay, I tried my best. Oh well. Let's withdraw from the load up. That fireman must be working overtime, or firewoman, whoever it is. That's going to bug me all night now, and the fact that hopper's not fully loaded. Oh well, never mind. Can't be helped, eh? So we got to go to the departure sidings. So what's happened to the other set of hoppers I left at Peak Forest Station? I take it they've just been left there. Yeah, they have. So probably have to go and load those up as well. Oh my god. Right, into the departure siding. I'm just thinking maybe the other set of hoppers are empty. Maybe they're meant to be empty. Maybe they've been unloaded somewhere. I don't know. We'll see what happens next. Open the cylinders. Uncouple 6 vehicles. Let's see, isn't it? Yes, it is. Actually, no. I need the brake van. We just park it in there, I presume. And is that it? Yes, it is, I think. Boy, that was interesting. Jeez. Good fun though, really. If you want a challenge, hey, Peak Forest is the route for you. Jeez. If you like Steam, you like freight, hey, this is the place to be. Oh, come on, you're kidding me. So close to the buffers. There we go. We gotta go somewhere else, maybe. Yeah, cylinders are open. Oh, we're putting the brake van in there. Okay. There we go. That took me just under 34 minutes. Ooh, wonder what happens now. That will be fascinating. Ah, we stop somewhere else with these, do we? Oh, we go back to where we've just come from. Okay. Well, what's the point of that then? So what's the point going from that siding to up there and then being told to go back there again? Bizarre. Wow, this is really good fun actually. There's not many of them, I don't think, but for, you know, loading the hoppers, but hey, this is good fun, I must say. I'll have to do this a hell of a lot more. This is right up my street. I Like I said earlier, it was my first time ever. My God, needs a brake. It's going to derail, isn't it? Ooh. Nearly. Now where we're going? To the Peak Forest Down Goods. Right. Let's go there then. Miles away. It's time for a sip of water, I think. Right, we're now on the main line. Briefly. I wonder if this service is actually in the timetable. Because I don't know why they would split it. Why would they split it in half? That's a good question, actually. Glowing fire there. Speed limit 15 miles per hour coming up. I don't know how long the stream's been on for. 2 hours and 21 minutes, it's not too bad. Seems longer than that. In terms of the next stream, that will take place next Monday on the 17th of March. That's St. Patrick's Day, actually. Celebration in the Republic of Ireland. And the next route... what shall we actually do? That's a good question. Just having a look through the list. Yeah, the route we'll be taking a look at next time will be let me just see if I can get it up. Ah, yes, my favourite, Northern Transpennine, of course. Can't wait for that. Half a mile away, just under now, from the Peak Forest goods sidings. I'd love to know what's happened to those hoppers down at the quarry. They're still there. Yeah, still there. There's another 4F over there. There we go. Now we've got to go to siding number 1. I wonder if that steam locomotive actually is going to get used. Negative. Backwards, thank you. Ah! Train section ahead. Geez, that caught me off guard. Well, how long do we have to wait? What train's in our section? Oh, I can hear it. It's a steam train. Passenger. Right, that explains it. There we go, been given green, clearance to proceed. So what, are we going to put the brake van with those other brake vans in the in that little like depot area, I suppose? Siding number 3 potentially? We will see. Alright, oh no, we have to couple back up to the limestone wagons. How are we doing for air? Oh, we're doing okay. Come on, there we go. Whoa, I nearly derailed that. Way. I was lucky boy then. Just gonna wait for the brakes to release. There we go. Now we got to go via the Great Rock sidings. So we got to load these up as well. Okay. Alright, off we go then. Is it this way? Yeah, it is. Okay. Just making sure. There we go. I imagine once we've loaded the hoppers up, we'll couple, I imagine, both sets of hoppers together, and then let the 8F. I don't know. I don't even know where the 8F disappeared. It was a light engine move. I don't know where it went to. Probably for sheds or something for some rest. And yeah, and then once it's done and ready to go, then I imagine we'll have to help with the banking. It's a passenger service. It's an AI service. Because arguably the banking procedures helping limestone train or a heavy freight train up the hill is going to be very, very difficult. Thank God it's in dry weather. A little bit too fast. I want to see what this is. This the place where you unload the hoppers? This little shelter here. No, I don't think so. Points, aren't they? Yeah, for junctions. Okay. Alright, we gotta go and load these up. very stupid. I just want to check these this facility here. Is this where you can load them up, maybe? Yes, you can. You can indeed. Okay, speed limit 5 miles per hour. So what are those hoppers doing in there then? Are they just sitting there waiting to be taken away, or...? Yeah, just sitting there. Bizarre. Yeah, what's going on? Stop. Alright, here we go. What is going on? Stupid thing. Right. Right, let's see these hoppers loaded up. That's the first one. That's the second. Shame there's no animation of limestone coming out. That's really disappointing, that. Wait again. There we go. One more to load up. Alright, there we go, we are done. Alright, let's go. Really nicely modelled, the ICI hoppers. I can't wait for the new set of hoppers. I wonder if they have any mechanisms to... They do. It's got a handbrake. Okay. They were made by Chaz Roberts and Builders. 1938 Wakefield. Okay. You've got a handbrake here as well. Imperial Chemical Industries. Oh, okay. Wilkington. Letting that train run away. That's not good. There's the first set of hoppers that we loaded up earlier. Have a sip of water a second. Oh, lovely. There we go. Right, let's uncouple the locomotive and the brake van. What am I doing? I already set it in reverse. I presume we just pop it back into the same position as the last, the last time. Boy, this engine definitely needs a well-deserved rest. And then we stop in the departure siding. It's like Edward. Thomas the Tank Engine needs a good long drink of water and coal. So that's already got a brake van attached, of course, and the previous set of wagons have not, or hoppers have not. So, that'll be interesting what happens next after this. It could go on all day, I don't know, all night. God. It's nearly 11 o'clock in the PM. Or 2300 hours. In my time, that is, UK time. Alright, that took me just over 33 minutes. Loaded up the second set of hoppers. We will return to free roam. And the next service is scheduled at 11:50. I do not think I will wait that long. But that was great. I really enjoyed that. It was actually great fun. I really want to do a banking service quickly, if I've got enough time. So what will I do at 11:50? I'll wait until... Well, no, I won't wait until 11:50. I'll start that service at 11:50. And then take it from there. Okay, Peak Forest, Fowler 4F. Rowsley Locus sightings. Oh, there isn't. Oh, 11:50. Okay, fair enough. It's not in the timetable. Why is that? Okay. I'll have to do it myself. On foot. That's annoying. 11, what is it? 11... I'll give it 11:45. Set it to March. Have it in a bit of cloud, I suppose. Like it was before, and then we go back into it. So, I wonder why those services aren't appearing on the timetable. Interesting that. She said next service was due at 11:50. Ah, it's not, is it? I'm in the wrong part. Please say it's down there. Oh, it is there. Good. I can catch it. Run! Run for the wind. Run like the wind. Whilst trying not to get run over by a thundering passenger train, probably. Passenger train thundering through the area. Yeah, in case you're wondering, I'm quite enjoying this. I've never done it before, these kind of shunting duties with the quarry, but yeah, it's really good fun. It takes up a good hour of your time, and I haven't even finished it yet. Got to do something with the brake van, but I just don't understand why it won't appear in the timetable. But again, massive facility, the Tunstead Quarry. Shame there's no animation of the limestone coming out of the chute into the hopper. I mean, they could do that on Tees Valley, which was launched, I don't know, 5, 6 years ago. Yet they can't do it on this route. That was based in 2023. Oh well, never mind. Well, it launched in 2023. Whoa. Big boom then. Looks like the dynamite went off. Oh, the 8F has finally coupled up to where's that? It's not my train, is it? Oh, it is. It's ready to take those hoppers away. Fair play. Off you go. Bye bye. Have fun. Is that all the hoppers? Yeah, he's taken all of them. Wow. Must have shunted them all together. Wow. Good grief. Boy, do they do some sneaky things in this timetable. Ah, the banking. Here we go. This is more like it. This is where the fun begins. Says Anakin Skywalker. Oh. Cylinders are fully open. We will wait. This engine better have a nice breather, because boy, oh boy, is it going to need it. So the 8F must have put those hoppers together, the two sets together that we loaded up. It will go to Peak Forest station, and then we will then couple to the back of the train and then give it a good old push up the hill. Interesting. Alright, so we just wait. Oops, wrong view bit. Can you open the little hatch? No? No, you can't. Okay. There's no fireman again. Disappeared. It's been abducted by aliens. What is this thing doing? Stop, camera, stop messing around. Today is not the day for fun and games. I'm already playing a game. Alright, let's go to the Tunstead Quarry departure. Let's check the football scores. Did they win it? Oh, they did. Oh, that's a shame. Newcastle beat West Ham. I don't support West Ham, but yeah. Whoa, okay. Didn't expect the train to be there. Thought it'd be a little bit further up than that. Oh, spot on that was. Absolutely perfect. Okay, now we couple the van to the train. Now we just gotta wait for the service to commence. And then we gotta give this train the biggest push of its life. Or give this locomotive a jolly good workout, basically. Oh, God. Poor little Fowler, who's been worked overtime. needs a good old rest, I think. Oh dear. Well, a little bit about the Fowler 4F. It was designed mainly for medium freight work, but predominantly, shunting duties. And it was known as the ultimate development of Midland Railway's 6-coupled tender engines. And it was produced for the London, Midland and Scottish Railway. They were known as Duck Sixes, which was a nickname derived from their wheel arrangement, and they were built by majority by LMS-based works such as Derby, Crewe, St Wallach's, Horwich Works, also the North British Locomotive Company, and Andrew Barclay Sons and Co. They made a few as well. So altogether, I think that was 575 between 1924 and 1941. And it has performance-wise, as a tractive effort of just over 24,555 pound-feet of torque, which is pretty good. And they were withdrawn from 1959 to 1966, with only 3 preserved, and the remainder scrapped. There are a few that are preserved. One's at the Vale of Berkeley Railway, which is currently which is off the rails. It's undergoing a major overhaul. There's one at the the Avon Valley Railway that's being restored, and the final one is under overhaul as well at the Churnot Valley Railway. So all 3 of them are undergoing major modifications and having its service, let's say, like you would in the car world. Alright, we've got to give this a hell of a push. Open those cylinders, we're going to need it. Is there a sander on this locomotive? Ooh, I don't think of that. Put the sander on the front. Let's just see how the big boy's doing. Yeah, his combination brakes are released. Alright, let's give this a push. Close the cylinders. This is what it's designed for. This is what the whole point of the route is all about. Let's get this train up the hill. There he is, there's a little Fowler. Brilliant. Look at it go. Giving it a good old shove up the hill. Where do we stop? Roughly just beyond the Peak Forest sidings. Two miles. Working overtime, rightly so. This is really good fun. I've really enjoyed it. Just want to do this a minute. Look at that, you can see the two engines are at work. Brilliant. I've got to reduce speed soon, oh god. So into another siding by the looks of it. Oh, a down goods line, okay. Oh, firewoman. You need to start shoveling, my friend. That's it. Would help if the door was open. There you go. Imagine trying to do this downhill. Oh my god. It would be awful. Well, we're just about to come through Peak Forest Station, and there's the sidings that we've just passed. Alright, I can change the controller configuration back to my preferred setting. speed limit's increased to 55, but that won't matter one bit. I've got to get in the front cab, front locomotive, and see whereabouts do we stop? There. Right, we're now at the crest of the hill. We're now about to go downhill. I've got to take it steady, considering I've got to stop and then uncouple the foul up from the rear of the train. I just don't understand why this doesn't appear in the Fowler 4F timetable. Because these are services you can do, but for some reason they're just not there. And now full brakes. There we go. Now that's how you do it. That's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I really such good fun. Loading up the hoppers and then doing that banking service. Sadly, for some reason, it's not in the timetable, hence why there's no medal or anything like that, but really, really good fun. Now what do? Uncouple the locomotive and the van. Do we uncouple the van? 3 vehicles, it says. Yeah, it is. Okay. Well, we would need a van. Oh, it's already got a van at the front, hasn't it? And that's it. Now we just take it back. That's our banking done. I'm going backwards, yeah. Come on. Perhaps I need to open the cylinders a bit more. Open it a bit more. There we go. says we're going to be going down there. Well, I don't understand. Why are we 6.2 miles away? Where are we meant to be going? We're going there, yeah. Why is it 6.2 miles away? It's a bit bizarre. Don't get that. Where's this goods loop then? Where is it? It's all the way up there. What? I don't get that. It's bizarre. Okay. I don't understand that. We said to uncouple, didn't it? Yeah. Oh well, here we are. Right, into siding number 4. Ignore what the HUD says, I don't know why. It thinks we're the 8F when we're not, we're the 4F. That's just uncoupled the from the brake van. Gonna move a bit forward, a bit more, backwards I should say. That should do it. Well, we did it. What are we meant to do? We carry on? How we go there? Hang on a minute. That's not right. We got to, I get it, we have to uncouple the brake van and then we pootle off into the siding. Right, okay. Okay. Surely that's right. Right? I think the timetable's a bit broken with the Fowler 4F doing banking duties. I mean, the services are playable, you can do them, but they're just, apparently, you can't pick them for some reason on a timetable. And there we go. Oh, maybe not. Oh my god. We're still not finished. Where are we going this time? Siding number 4. I don't know. We just park it next to the brake van. Is that it? Yes, it is. We're done. as far as I'm concerned, we are done. With the little Fowler 4F doing some limestone loading the hoppers, and then we did some banking. That was really good fun. Or are we actually finished? The train's still there. It still thinks we're going. Oh, never mind. That was awesome. I really enjoyed that. I think Dovetail need to fix the timetable with the Fowler 4F. You could do the services like I said, but for some reason the game doesn't register you doing them. Odd. Well, there we are. That concludes the stream on the Peak Forest Railway. Really enjoyed that. Really enjoyed that, I've got to say. It took me 3 hours and 21 minutes, but hey, I don't care. That was great fun. Really enjoyed that. If you haven't tried Peak Forest, you need to get it on a discount. It is such good fun, especially with the Fowler 4F. Really nice challenge. Yeah, I got nothing more to say. It's a brilliant route. It's not without its faults, but it is a darn good steam route. No doubt the best of the two by a long shot. So yeah, thoroughly recommend you get Peak Forest on a discount, like I said. And even better when this Peak Forest expansion pack and the what is it, the Class 104 come to Peak Forest. That's just going to elevate the experience even more, and I can't wait for that. So yeah, that concludes the stream. If you'd enjoyed it, then of course feel free to hit the thumbs up button below, and if you are watching for the first time, be it live or on playback, I'd really appreciate it if you would consider subscribing to the channel. The next stream will be on March the 17th, that's next Monday, on St. Patrick's Day, funny enough, 2025, and the route we'll be taking a look at is going forward in time to 1983, where we'll be on my favourite route of them all, Northern Trans-Pennine. So hopefully you could join me for that. I'd just like to say, once again, thank you very much for watching.